Hey, what is going on? It's your boy JDM, Jason Dowdy Music. We are live. We are finally live. I'm so sorry for the delay. It was my fault. I don't know what time zone the West Coast is in Canada, so I wasn't I wasn't counting right. I thought this was at 2 p.m. my time instead of 1 p.m. my time. So I apologize to everybody in the chat. Real quick, let me just see who's in here. What's up, Aaron Island? What's up, Birdman Pro, Tim Bird, Janelle, Brother Truman? What is happening? Keith, Clint Music, what is going on? All right. So, for everybody who is maybe logging on, watching this, and you're like, what is going on? What is this? Why didn't we hear Michael Connor's cool intro music before we got started with his elevator song? Um, so, what we're doing today is we're all part of the Sync Producer Hub. If you don't know what the Sync Producer Hub is, it's a community run by Anthony Clint Jr., where he provides all the courses, all of the support, all of the information, AI tools, which I'm going to make a video on these AI tools very shortly, just so you know what they do. But we're all part of this community where we're getting our music into TV and film. And today we have a very special guest, Michael Connor, who is, we all every week we have a live stream where we kind of play our music, and then Clint gives us feedback and is like, this is, ready for TV and film, or maybe there's some tweaks to make or formatting changes and things like that, right? So we get really good feedback on is our music ready? Should we pitch it? And if not, the actual steps to take to make sure you're there. Well, every time Michael Connor posts his music and we all listen, it sounds like he has an orchestra in his living room. Like he's really got how to make strings sound alive down, just using things like Spitfire tools and some of these other VSTs and libraries with all of this. So we're gonna jump in now, and he's gonna give us a great tutorial on how to do that. So if you're like, man, my strings sound like trash, they sound fake, they sound like a computer made it, you are in the right place. So let me just share my screen real quick. I need to make sure I'm sharing my audio as well. There we go. All right. So Michael Connor, say something. Oh, you're muted. I see a mute thing on your hold on. Can I unmute you? No.
That's me.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
that was my side.
No worries.
Good morning, good afternoon. How everybody?
All right, and let me know if you can hear the music. Let me know if you can hear Michael Connor as well. Let me know if you can hear me. And just let us know if everything sounds good and everything's ready to go. We were having a little bit of technical difficulty.
But yeah, that's life. There's always difficulties in life. And speaking of strings and live and whether they sound real or fake, there's this stuff happens in a live situation, and there's gonna be background noise. That's life.
Amen.
We don't have the studio space and everything as yet, but sorry,
we got the all clear from Tim Bird, Aaron Island. So I think we're good to go.
We're good to go.
Do your
All
thing,
right.
yes.
Okay. So I wanted to first of all say thanks for everyone for joining, and let's dive into the song basically. So actually, over to you. Actually, great to have you here, Jason, and thanks for hosting. So the song is I'm going to be doing is called "Going Hard," and we'll play the song, and then maybe you can. In fact, can you tell me a bit about the song and what vision you had for it? Was it for a particular brief in particular, or
Yeah. This I just made this for sports, right? So any sports cue, any highlight reel, any of that type of stuff. It's part of a sports album that I put together.
Fantastic. And this sort of conversation would, we're sort of simulating a conversation that might be had between a producer, production producer, and the composer of a project who's brought in, and a producer to produce the track. So this could actually be a life situation where there might be a picture that this track is being cut to. Obviously, it's going to be because it's for sync, but in terms of, like, say if it was for a film project, this whole process is something that would actually happen in real life. So this conversation we're having now, could have happened previously and built up to this point where we actually start getting into the composition and things like that. So yeah, let's play the track, and then let's what you can maybe talk through it, and let us know what you think. All right, so here's the track itself. Okay, first of all, give yourself a DJ horn, because yeah, I don't know if you can do. Fair enough. I know Clint's hitting his button. He's DJing all. That's a fire track. That outro is ridiculous. So yeah, so to give the concept, there is Jason has put some spiccato strings, and that's that section. I'll definitely want to come on, jump on and sort of. I'm really gonna reharmonize and play what he's played. It's not bad at all. So I think notation wise, I think I'm just gonna stick to that and as a guide. And sometimes, temp tracks. There's been projects where a temp track that's been put in place to kind of just give a guide as to the mood of the scene has ended up being the actual final track that's ended up in the production. So sometimes, ideas that we put, they don't have to be redone. They're good to go. Drop them in. So Clint said is literally the DJ button, and yeah, fire emojis and everything happening in the chat. So my approach. So what I did first of all at the top is I went through the track and just kind of marked out the sections just to kind of give myself a guide as to what's happening in each. It's pretty much the same progression up until it gets to the vamp / drive. And so kind of organized it into like the hook. There's the intro, there's the hook, verse, there's a really cool drop. There's the hook breakdown, and there's the vamp, and there's drive, and there's the outro and the sting ending. So one of the things, like going hard in terms of sports, one thing that in terms of making things sound realistic and giving it realism is to think of the instruments as characters. So in this intro section, the first thing that came to my mind, so we've got the first 4 bars here, and it's this section here, with that big hit. Now we're building up a big drop. So the first thing I was thinking of was like the coach, maybe like rallying his team and giving us, a speech. I think it says you're on mute. I can't hear you, but oh, okay. I think that's because of the effect that's happening there, right? But so my point, I was just saying the first 4 bars I've left empty, but this section here, the first thing I was talking about was like character and seeing instruments as characters. And so going hard, I'm thinking of this is the start, like the pre-game, the talk, and the coach is kind of rallying the troops and everything, and we're going to get ready to go into battle. And so thinking like a solo voice rallying and saying, hey, it's time to go. So the voice that came to my mind would be a solo cello. So what I might try and do is add just in that 4 bar, just add something to kind of a lyrical line to kind of lead up, goes along with the riser effect that's covered in before the first hook. So let me just play it up until that point and then see what comes up. All right, so that kind of thing, you know. Let's try that. Yeah, all right, I like that. Let's try that. So for this sound, I'm using Heritage Cello. Yep. Okay. So, oops. Please identify some point the source library you're using. Sure, Rich. This one is called Heritage Cello. It has a great, I don't know if you can see on the key. Where's the keyboard gone? View. Browse. Okay, I want the additional view. Okay, so you can see there's a note. The blue notes obviously show you the range. The green key switch here, that's a rebowing key. So if I play that note, rather than having to play, that's me playing the F note repeatedly. By using the rebow key, you get the same effect, but it's actually more natural rebowing technique. So I press the key once, and that's what that does. So that's the bit about Heritage Cello. I find this articulation is quite slow in its attack, and so I have to probably nudge this forward using the pre-delay. But I do like what we did with the yeah, you can see I came in early, but what I'm going to do is I will quantize that because notation wise wasn't the worst. Let's make it okay, let me just sort this out. Okay. Yeah, slightly off topic. Okay. With the velocity, you get the if the velocity is lower than the previous note, that's where that will trigger the portamento. That effect there, which kind of again gives it more realism. So I've just lowered the portamento, lowered the velocity on that note there. So that should sound. I'm just going to solo it. So it should be. Okay. I want to make sure that's in time, so I'm just going to just do that section. So, yeah, you can hear see the pre-delays. So I'm going to put it on the grid, and then I'm going to use pre-delay. So this should ticks. Oh no, milliseconds. It's not working. Normally, let me set that to like 50. Let's try that. I'll give it a lead in. Okay, well, it's not doing that, so we're gonna cheat it and bring it before, so it comes in earlier. So I'll probably do it from about there. Still. That's a bit better. That sits in the click. What do you think, Jason? Yeah? All right. You know what? That is a really, really good question. Depends on the and it doesn't normally take this long to get the time of it, because again, if you're recording real time, once they've got the notation down, and you've got the sound, they're off to their next gig. Now it's just for me to edit it. So yeah, depends on what the price of the cello is. Is it a gift card and a dinner or something, or is it substantial, or a standard session fee for work for hire? So yeah, good question.
They didn't hear me. I was muted in Restream.
Okay.
The question I asked was, what costs more, an actual cello or this plugin?
So what I'm gonna do, I'll come back to that section later on, because I don't want to take up too much time on that. But essentially, that's the character I'm going for. So play it in context. I'll just fab this up a little bit more as well. Okay, so those trailer hits, we definitely need to accent those with a dun dun. So I'm going to use the ensemble patch. This is spiccato from Spitfire.
And I don't know if I said this yet, but feel free to take out any stems that, if it's fighting with an idea that you have, feel free to take out any stems and just do your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's I just hear accents and just in the gaps, and just that's where I'm hearing the strings using the gaps to express the realism and show the character, and just kind of, I think the strings in this track just give it character and grit. So yeah, the realism and the humanization. So I think to try and make the strings sound as real as possible shows that human element to the track and the characters, as I mentioned before. So I'm gonna just do a yeah, dun dun, hit that again. Dun 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 dun. Ah. Okay. Let's try playing that in. Something like that. Okay, not bad, not bad. Double it up. Yeah. Oh no. Sorry, I just need one of them, not two. I think maybe add a. Yeah. Oh. Where is
Was
this?
this
Is the. Sorry, go ahead.
was this Spitfire chamber strings again, or which plugin was this?
Yes. So this is the short spiccato patch, which it's an ensembler, so it's got all of the parts, and this is in a 4 is the chamber arrangement. So you've got 4 first violins, and you've got 3 second violins. They're also playing the same range, so you'll hear a bit of doubling in that. So there's probably 7 players playing this note. Then there's violas, 3 violas, which again doubles up with the other sections as well. And then there's 3 cellos and 3 basses. So that's the makeup of the section and the sound. This patch here, which is, I'm going to actually start using that one. So this is the first violin. So this is the first violin legato. The reason I'm only got one mic position on. So there's a close mic, there's a tree mic, and there's an ambient mic. The reason I'm only using the close mic is because for resources, number one, and then what I'm going to do when I mix it down is I'm going to plug it into the same Reverb Studio plugin that this actual patch was recorded in. So this whole library was recorded in Air Studios. And so if you don't have the professional version of this plugin, which has all the microphones, you can again just subsidize that with a Reverb plugin. This one happens to be the same place where the other mics were used. So instead of having the tree mic and ambient mic here, I can actually have them and more mics in the same room that they were recorded in, if that makes sense.
It's the frugal producer's cheat code.
So there we go. So I'm gonna emphasize, and I probably will double up on this, of course, with the difference between chamber strings and a symphonic sound, which this actually requires, is the number of players. And so to thicken it up a bit more, I will double up, parts. And so this legato part, once I play it in, just to add these notes here, that little. So you see this articulation here with the runs. So if I play this, just make sure that, okay. So I can do some runs on this one. That's the effect I want to kind of just get just before that. So I will double it up and let the second violins do that as well. So it goes. So I'm just going to play that in, and then. Okay. So I'll just solo that by itself. Okay, so that's that, just to kind of give that little realism to it, just like. So what we'll do is, again, since the notation is fine, and sometimes quantizing everything, and that's going to make it too much to the grid. You want to get a bit that realism, that sort of, because not all the players are going to be playing the same thing at the same time. So best way to do that, first of all, is double it up. So let's put another plugin of that, and there we are. So now we'll be playing together. So now we've got a bit more thickness in it. I will probably turn this down one time. Yeah, you can just hear that. It's just a little accent in there. Something small, but those small details, make the difference. So I will probably do the same with the viola. I'll probably add the violas in that actually. So let's double it up again. Duplicate track. Bring up the patch. We've got the legato there. So I'm going to change this to the violas.
Quick question, and I think you
Yes,
answered
sir.
this earlier. You trigger the portamento by having the velocity of the note before it being lower.
The note after it being lower in velocity.
Oh,
So
after. Okay,
yeah. So once this one loads up, um,
that was a
technical,
rich question.
rich question. So a technical part to string arranging for MIDI VSTs is having obviously the drive. So this drive, because of all the microphones that come with it, stereo mixes, it's a really big beast of a program. So there's not enough space on my external hard drive that has all the other sounds in it. So I just have one drive just for this sound. So it's an older drive. It's a spinny one, but it does load. And so getting it in once I've loaded the samples, it does play fairly well. So that's what this process. So that's the violas. So I'll just do that. I'll copy that in the
Us
project we've
frugal
got here.
producers still use spinny drives.
Hey, listen, they're still they're gonna end up in the time vault for sure. So let me just change the name. Oh yeah, that's right. Text. So this is violas to keep things clean. So make sure I know what's what. Viola. Okay, so here I'm gonna drop that down an octave, and for some reason my contact never load. I've set it to load the samples at 00 dB, but it always drops it down to -6. So that's a bit better. So now we thicken it up. We should hear it just a little bit more. It cuts through a little bit more. So, in fact, let me just make sure here. I haven't. I want to make sure that this one is just on the. Ah, see, it's on the tree mic. Yeah, that's why. So I'm going to take that to the close mics. So it's going to give that a second to load up, and then okay, there we go. So now it sounds a bit more balanced, which will then the reverb will help to maximize that. I wonder why it was sounding so loud. Cool. So by default, tree mics load, and then you've got the selection of the close mic and the ambience, which are mics set further apart. All right, that's enough on that. So I think that's good for that section. Let's play it one more time just to kind of give it context. So. Yeah. I think I might accent that drop again at the exit of the drop. Right? All right now. Okay, I do have it in there. Why not? Nice thick 5-octave accent. Look at that. Tree, yeah. I think the tree. Yo, the tree mics. That's so funny. Sorry, that was a TV placement mastery moment there. All right, so we're back into the hook. Yeah, I love that piano. I think I did make a group of the melodic keys. So yeah, let's do that. I think what we'll do is add I'm coming on the second section. Okay. This section. That's is it spiccato? Yeah, I think so. Okay, bit by bit. Ah, missed the notes. Okay. Oh, is that right? No. That's better. Like that. And we'll quantize this. Double this down. Okay. Another trick to get them sounding more even is to increase the velocity of everything. I like to set it at one level and then just drop it down. I like that. My face is stuck in stank mode. All right. So, I like that. All right, moving on. Breakdown. Now we come to this part. Remember, it's just lyrical. I don't know why it just came to mind, but okay. This is where I would normally have a piano track up to put ideas down, and let's do that because I haven't loaded it previously. So yeah, Alicia's keys, go ahead. Standard small studio on it. Just the piano, just to plonk ideas down. Like that. Yeah, working in fourths. Yeah, I spend a lot of time on harmony, so I'm gonna definitely start the violins. So, why is it so low? It's not normally this low. I need to fix that. I don't know why.
It's that tree mic. You got it on that.
I think it's because I probably only do have it on the close. So I'm just for the sake of hug a tree. The 6 stringer. the stringarian. So, okay. Okay, where's my keys?
I have some
Hold on.
bad
Okay.
news.
Bad news.
Yeah. This Muse Sessions is telling me I need to upgrade or it's gonna cut me off in 4 minutes.
Oh boy, I can give you another link if
Okay,
that
cool.
works. Hmm, it's not okay. I do need to upgrade to the
Yeah.
paid version, but yeah. Do you want to just quickly hang on and then we can jump on to another session?
Sure, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Alright.
We'll be back.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm still live. I'm still live.
Okay.
Cool, yeah.
Cool. I'll end the session and I'll send you another one.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll talk to
Cool.
everybody while we're gone.
Okay.
Alright. Alright, let me stop sharing my screen real quick. Okay, alright. So we're gonna be right back. I think I'm on the free version of Muse. I don't have an account or something, so it was gonna cut me off. So he's gonna share a different link with me, and then we're gonna hop right back in where he's gonna work more on the track. Um, Two questions I want to ask Michael Connor though after watching this is like number one, has he ever considered scoring to picture or does he score to picture like all the time and we just don't know about it? Because that is a pretty big market. I know it's competitive, but there are very few musicians who actually do that well, right? Who can actually create this live sound and like bring it, to where it sounds like you're actually scoring a movie. And he could work with like a Hollywood level orchestra, right? I mean, I'm just curious if he's ever thought about that. And I forgot what the second question was, but let me see. Oh, he's sending me a new link. So let me go ahead and hop in there and then I'll share the screen again. But if you have any questions as we go, please pop them in the chat and I'll be sure that he sees them if he's having trouble seeing them. All right. He sent me a message in school. All right. Here we go. So I'm just going to hop back in. Yeah, Clinton agrees. He would do well. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to ask him. He mentioned the TV mastery course, so I wanted to know a little bit more about that. And I'm sure people watching this would probably like to know exactly what that is and you know what's going on. So we'll ask him at the end of this session. I'm going to ask him those two questions at least. Um, we've already done one Sync Spotlight interview with him, but I have more questions for this guy. Just super talented. Okay, I just need to check and make sure I have the right webcam, the right microphone. Okay, gonna share my screen. Bear with me for the um, technical difficulties here. Here we go. All right. Join session. Oh, display name. I'm gonna be J Dog this time. There we go. All right, join the session. Hey.
Hey. Oh, share my screen. Okay.
All right. We're back in the Muse. We don't see your screen though. If you wouldn't mind sharing the Logic screen. There we go.
Okay. Let's try. Oh. I just added the first violins, so I'm going to put the cello in. Okay, let's do that. Oh. Let's turn the part off. Sorry. Okay, like that. right, so that's that. And
Was that heritage cello again?
this one is the legato cello section. So it's the three cellos playing this line.
Ah, gotcha.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, that was nice actually. I like that. Let's try that. So key to getting the I feel like caught it. So you can see the cello on that one, the velocity purple, which is light. Now it should trigger the portamento on that one. It's solo those. Okay, I think it's there. Let's just solo that one and that one. I'll play it for me. Yeah, there you go. So I'll just add in the violas and then that'll be done for that section. Just again wanted to give it some character and just some, yeah, something in there, colors. Okay. Okay. Yeah, down like that. There we are. Oh, missed it. Yep. There we are. That's better. Okay, so realism. We looked at this in the last session. The violas. I want to hit. You can hear the texture of non-vibrato. This is straight, and then you can hear the character of the vibrato going in there. So I want to highlight that. So, oops. So it takes a bit of dangling, especially if you've got a slider. So I'm doing this on a controller knob, but I've kind of worked with it for this long, so it works for me. So, all right. Yeah, that will do. Save. I like that. Leads us now into the one section. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight what your strings are doing. In fact, I'm going to put them in the strings group. So I'll put them all together here. And
Rich Rosen had a quick question.
Yes,
you know how you do the portamento and you lower the velocity of the second note. You can do that
yes.
after the fact, right? You can just adjust the velocity.
Yes,
Okay.
you can. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, if it's not enough, you can lower it. So the velocity, you can see on the screen, is here. So velocity at the moment is set to 1. Workflow is important in getting things like, especially when you spend a lot of time in the detail, being able to do things quickly and efficiently is important. So what I've done is with my right mouse button is set to the velocity tool, which you can set in Logic. You can do that from here. So the right click tool, you can go in and say, right, what do you want the right click to do? So for me, it's always velocities and that realism. So by changing the right click, it plays a note, re-triggers it at the velocity. I can just click and raise it and drag it to wherever I want it to be. So that effect then will trigger. There you go. So that's one quick tool I always use a lot of. So strings. So here's what your crazy strings are doing on this vamp section. Nice. Okay. So ding 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I'm going to play those in with the spiccatos again. Just out of interest, what sound did you use for that section?
I don't remember. I either use it's not I don't think I've stopped using just the Labs short strings, the free one. I've stopped
Okay.
using that because there's one by that Sign, I think it's BBC Orchestra, is that what it's called?
Oh yes.
I use the free stuff. So I use that, and I use I've been using the Spitfire Discover.
Mm.
I've been using that one a lot. So it's either one of those, probably spiccato with a
Mhm.
lot of reverb. You can hear a lot of reverb on that, but
Yeah.
feel free to
And
delete those and make your own strings. Like,
oh no, I will mute those ones once I've matched them. So I'm just going to match them to get the
okay,
effect notation wise, and then I'll tailor the reverb and just make it tasteful so it sits
sounds good.
not taste what not that yours wouldn't taste, just like so it sits well within it. It has its place. Reverb is very important, in terms of where instruments, the size, the sound of them as well,
Yeah.
levels, and reverb can make things sound, you know, much bigger. But sometimes if it's too much reverb,
Hmm.
it can get lost a little bit. And I really want the dun, 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 that's because there's nothing else that's happening in that section. So
Okay.
that's all good. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's do this quick. Dun, dun, dun. Nice note. That note threw me. I was like, I couldn't figure out if I was like, wait. Then I was like, wow, okay. So you didn't play the note that I expected you to play, like in the. I thought it was gonna be, but you played the D instead. Subtle choices like that, just good stuff, man. Great writing. All right, let's go.
I just stumble around and find things.
Okay, missed that entry. Let's try again. Okay, so we got higher. Oh, that's not right. Nope. Quantize. There we go. That's a bit better. Dun dun dun. Nope. Dun dun dun. I'll come back and fix that one as well. Dun dun dun. Nope. Don't like it. It's kind of it's like a triplet. almost a triplet type timing, but it's dun, 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 dun. I think this one needs to be a little bit later. Dun, dun, dun. There we are. That's better. Bum, bum, bum. I like that. Okay. So the beats again. To add that really. And again, I'll go and fix all of that stuff in the post side. But I think for now, let's notation wise get this done. So crazy outro time. In the situation, I did actually bring up the audio to MIDI function to try and figure out the notes, because somehow I was nervous and the perfect pitch wasn't pitching. So I don't know.
I should have just sent you the MIDIs.
That's fine. That's totally fine. Let's go into McConnell MIDI mode. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway. Nope. Yeah. I think there's like a trill note in there as well, if I'm not mistaken, but I will just do it as a dun 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 dun, just to kind of clean it up. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Notation is crazy. Okay. No, that's wrong. Dun, 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 dun. Nope. Let's get that right. Okay. Okay. Make me play the keyboards, Jason. All right. Okay. Fingering. All right, here we go. Oops. Undo. Oh, one more time. Ah, no. Oh, Lord, come on. There we are. Okay, let's tighten it up. Why are you not letting me lengthen the note? Thank you, Logic. That's straight 16s. There we go. We're not gonna try and mess around with. We know what's happening. The strings are going for it. So. All right. No.
Hold on, I'm gonna address one question real quick.
Yes, sir.
Clint's asking if I play the keys. I play a little, but most of the things I step at it, which is why you're hearing all these different types of notes because I don't actually
Right.
play it.
Yeah.
I'm just like in there picking the notes that sound the best. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
like, you know.
And this is not a plug, but I don't not endorsed by Muse. But if your keyboard was plugged into the same session, in the Muse session, you could actually play this part. You could play these strings like
No, I
live.
couldn't. That's what I'm saying.
What I mean is, yeah, you could. I can edit them, but you can like
I can
with
send you the midis, and I'll like change the
oh,
velocity and the timing and the humanize it, and like I do all of that, but I don't have the same workflow that you do by looping and playing.
okay,
I literally step edit everything.
okay.
Yeah. Which is why, I don't have to worry about what fingerings to use in order to play some weird passages because I'm just like putting them, you know what I mean? I'm just putting them in.
Mhm. And it just goes to show that in like a live situation, like a dynamic environment, like a church service, for instance, like I do this at church, like live on the spot. It's just whatever comes to me at the time. So playing it, there's no. Sometimes there's a loop because it's a section that's repeated. But I'm like, okay, what will I play here? I'm like, just play something, and then it just comes in. So you make the fingering work for what you hear in your head, and just
Yeah.
so in a live situation where there's no sort of written notes or predetermined orchestration, you just play what you feel and expression.
Yep.
It definitely helps to be able to play stuff in. But yeah, use your keyboard. You could sit in Toronto and add you could play the notes into my session directly, which is
Oh,
kind of
that's
cool.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's get back to finish this off. And sometimes I just loop stuff just to kind of there it is. Gotcha.
You found it.
All right. Okay, we're still gonna do it 2 hands. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll take the loop off. All right. Let's do it from there. Woo! I think I did it first time. Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Step sequencer 0, Michael McConnell 1. Just kidding. And then, okay, I think that's it. There's a big ending. Right. Okay. In the last session, there was a patch that I was talking about, which I didn't have loaded up. I couldn't find it in the new version of Contact, but I preloaded it. So it was this section here. So in Albion 1, it's more of a symphonic sound. But with Contact, you can blend two sounds together, not just like layer them, but you can use the crossfade. So what I've done, I'll show you this in the edit mode. This is where you get underneath the hood. So this shows you all of the control aspect, what's underneath the hood, what's really going on with the sound and the control, and what Contact can do with the sound to manipulate it. So in this effect, you're hearing the tremolo, but now that's a straight note, that's a long note. So what we have is we have the long and we have the tremolo. So what I've done, in fact, I'm going to take the tree mic off.
And that's your mod wheel you're using?
That's my mod wheel. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see on the screen my mod wheel is
Yeah.
doing that. So normally the mod wheel would control the dynamics. So I've taken that off so you can see the dynamics is not moving. So the mod wheel is now controlling the volume between the long and the tremolo. So in one sense, MIDI CC MIDI 1 is going from low to high. That is the long strings. So when it's on high, it's on the long string. When it goes down, it goes off. So if I mute the let's just mute the, where are you? There. So if I mute the tremolo, so that's the long note. So that's the mod wheel is controlling the volume, which is what it's supposed to do. So now what I want to do is bring in another sound to crossfade. So I want the tremolo to come in. So what I've done is done the same control, so MIDI CC1, but it's going to be inverted. So it's going to go from low to high. So when the controller is at 127, it's off. And when it's on 0, it's high. So it's inverted. Instead of doing that, it's doing that. So if I mute the long strings, so you can see the mod wheel is up. There's no tremolo. But as I bring the mod wheel down, now you're hearing the tremolo. So now you're getting that crossfade. So we put the two together, and now what you have is you have that effect. That's what real string players would do. With the bow. So that's using Contact to be able to do that. So I'm going to use that effect because it's quite cool and it's something that they would do. So why not throw it in? And I'm going to put that right at the end, and I'm just going to make a what chord are we going to play? It needs to be some C minor chord, of course, but let's see. So we definitely need the strings at the bottom for sure. Yeah. Let's try that first. Okay. Add in some extra notes. So, yep, add one of those in. Okay, so notes in. I'll thicken it up a bit more. So we've got that. Let's just loop this for a second, and I'm going to put the Yeah. I don't want to play too many notes. Well, I suppose I could do.
It needs some notes. I only played one.
Yeah, let's do that. I think the top one came in a bit too early. And now, what we do. There you go.
Woohoo! Yes, sir.
So all we're going to do now is just record that MIDI controller in. There, I like that. Play, but the rest of the track, what I will do is I'll turn these up a little bit more as well in the mix. So, oops, where are we? Oh. I think maybe they need to get a little bit loud actually. Turn that up in the contact, man. Why do you do that to me? Stay where I set you. Okay. It's probably being really loud now, but woo! I like that.
Yes, sir.
And then we're out. Yeah. So notation wise, I'm happy with that. I mean, I probably will add I may add a couple of in between, but those are just like little touches here and there, like we did with the violins here at this point.
Okay. We're at about like an hour and 7 minutes into this, just so you know where we're at.
Yeah.
People are sticking around. But I know Rich has some questions for you. So I know.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there's his first one. All right. He says, okay, dumb question. Recording a MIDI controller automation in, does that imply setting the automation type to something other than read? I'm just learning about this.
It's technically the same thing. If you do read, if I set, I'm just trying to think something here. So yeah, I've got it set to read. So if I go to automation mode here, and I think you can draw it in. I know you can draw in automation. So if I go to, let's
That's how
say,
I do it. I'm a clicker.
yeah, so let's just do modulation. So I can go to my pen. I should be able to do. Okay, so I actually have to have a region first. Okay, so let's undo that. So let's select this region here. So if I go to the pen mode, I can draw in modulation information here, automation information there. And it's the same thing as going into read mode. I just prefer to do it with the controller because it's real time and you have more control over it. Mm-hmm. But essentially, it's doing the same thing. So if I go to change the automation mode here now, where is it? Modulation. Yeah. So you could draw it in here. There we go. This is where you would draw it in. So you could. Okay, hold on a second. Let me delete it there and then add it here in the main window. So yeah, that's the same thing, Rich. Yeah, for sure. So read mode is on. You can go and highlight and do all sorts of stuff, pan in, all the rest of the bits and pieces that you can do there, and then turn read mode off. But yeah, literally, it is the same as playing it in using the controller. So.
And another question that came up earlier, it was from Rich and others, is if you could provide the plugins you use for strings, and you don't have maybe in the group somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like obviously Spitfire chamber screen. I'll be in. I don't know what you just used that one. I don't know where you got that one.
Yeah, that's also Spitfire. That's the symphonic sound. So Albion was one of the first products that Spitfire did way back. This is the So there's two versions. This is the original version, Albion like 1 with the italic, but then they called the reimagined version Albion ONE 1. So
Gotcha.
all of the stuff in here is the same as all of the stuff in here, but they've added a few different patches. Great plugin. They have like some percussion in there. They have these drones and this what do they call it? Stevenson's Steam Band. Honestly, there's some stuff in there, some modulator, hybrid orchestra sounds and textures,
Mm-hmm.
crazy stuff in there. That's somewhat again symphonic orchestra sound. Chamber strings, as I mentioned, is the 4333 configuration. Intimate strings, which is like 29 of your local currency. That one is that has a 433 configuration as well, but it's a bit more intimate sounding. It's slightly different to chamber. Chamber is like the full version of the intimate. So the intimate one doesn't have all the articulations in there, doesn't have the non-vibrato to vibrato, but it does have, longs. It has the consordina, it has spiccato. My favorite flautando as well. So those. Let's just bring up a quick one here. Yeah.
And I'll read Rich's question, which I think is what I just asked pretty much, but just in case there's something different, please recommend the top premium libraries we need to be and the best lower and least expensive libraries to add.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you don't necessarily need the vibrato differentiation, intimate strings is a great starting point. There is epic strings as well, which they have which is like a more live performance. It kind of combines shorts and longs together. But like these flautandos are my go-to. I just
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
just such a rich tone, with the bowing technique we discussed in the last session. You can get away with that. It's got tree mics, close mics, and then you've got a vintage sound, which kind of gives. Hold on, let's turn up. It's more of like a older type. The microphone is different, so they've, let's
Sounds
see which one
filtered
it is.
or something.
Yeah, filtered. So created use the vintage equipment to add color and character. So there you go.
Yeah.
Definitely worth its money. I'd say there's lots of different. There's short concertinas, pizzicato, and short collegno, which is that kind of In
Oh,
fact,
yeah.
that is, I would say, that matches the sound that you used in the track. Actually, there was a sound I was going through. I think it's this kind of guitar perks, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That kind of
Yeah,
it
yeah,
reminded me of that.
yeah.
Let's see, which one is it? Piano. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
just some out of the box sounds ready to go that kind of give that effect. You can add some reverb, place that back, and you've got a really, really cool effect there. At affordable price.
Do you mind if I ask you 2 more questions before we,
Sure.
call this? And then I'm gonna stay on with you because I have a music library for this particular track, so I'm just gonna
Okay.
see if you're okay with it going there. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
um
You could do the split sheet live sign in and plug in for the AI suite for those
Yeah, well, I might
on the
do that.
VIP.
I am gonna do a video with that AI, Sync Producer Hub,
Mm,
tool that we have. I'm definitely gonna do that, and yes, we're gonna
yeah,
do the sheet. Um,
sounds good.
and there's 9 minutes and 42 seconds left anyway, so
Okay.
maybe you'll join me back on the restream if you don't mind.
Hmm.
Alright,
Sure.
so question number 1 is, you were talking about TV mastery, like, what is that?
Mm. TV placement mastery.
Yeah, placement mastery.
It's a 12-week course within the Sync Producer Hub, which Clint sends out invites for. The last session that ran from September to December. We had to ran over a bit to January because of holidays and other bits and pieces.
Mhm.
But just a dedicated group spending one-on-one time with Clint. Question and answers. Getting that personal one-on-one mentoring. Absolute worth it. I went to do my testimonial video as well for that. But the group of us was 3 of us in this session, which was we were blessed to be scholarship uh, award winners. And yeah, just a real deeper dive into the nuts and bolts of what we do in the SPH anyway. But it's just that extra time that we get to spend with Clint. There's some more video content, resources that Clint's provided as well, some workflow tools to help with workflow and time management. And yeah, it's just and honestly, just being in the room with great people. This group was myself, Chelsea, and Bronx Child, and just such a we've since then we've got a group now. We're starting to collaborate on ideas together and songs together and stuff. And so using that experience that we've learned together with Clint, applying it now in the group, it's going to lead to placements, I'm sure. So yeah, that's the TV placement mastery. I believe it's by invite only, and I think there'll be another session. I'm sure Clint can give more details on that. But there's a link in, I think there's a link in the Sync Producer Hub to do there's a form to fill out to apply to be a member of the TV placement mastery. Definitely worth. I can't remember what the cost price is, but definitely worth it for sure.
Awesome.
Accelerating you to that, getting you to that first deal within 90 days.
Oh, awesome. That's the goal, huh?
That's the
Yeah,
goal.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's awesome. So it's like accelerated and you just get more advice and attention and resources and
Mm,
everything that you need. That's cool.
absolutely.
Uh,
And we've collaborated as well on a track as well, which we submitted. So who knows, we can all benefit from that as well. So now Clint
oh,
mentioned on a YouTube video, I think he did a post about a track he did for a sports track and collaborated. And then we'll see again speaking to the lo-fi brief that he had, which needed a quick turnaround. So again, having the resources of members who have gone through the training, have gone through the program, of doing the do,
yeah.
it's yeah, it's a great place.
Well, nobody else can have Michael Connor strings on their sports tracks, only me. Just kidding, just kidding. And then the other question is, like, with all of this attention to detail, your mastery of the DAW, your way to make, VSTs sound like live instruments, have you
Mhm.
ever done score to picture? Or have you ever thought about becoming a picture composer?
I
Okay.
have.
Alright.
Um, I've done. I did a short film a few years ago. I pitched. I did obviously did that for my specialist certificate at Berkeley. That was part of the music for film and TV. Of course, you have to be able to write for film and TV. So each of the assignments, we had a video. Um, I was wondering. Give me a second here. I think I can. Yeah, I'll play one video.
Yeah.
This is film scoring. No, music composition for film and TV. I think it was. Mm, Golden Universe. Where are we? Hero music. Yeah, here we go. This is one of my favorite pieces that I did. So, Hero on a Mission. I think this is the whole thing. Yeah, here we go.
Awesome.
So, this is from Iron Man. And the music does kind of overpower the dialogue, but you get the impression of what's happening. So, this
Can you
is my
make it
take on it.
bigger?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Alright.
Is that better?
I think so.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, I
Uh,
can't hear it.
oh, wait. I think. Oh, no, it's not. Why is the volume should be up? No. Okay. Um, I'll play the MP3. Let's do that.
Yeah,
Why is it not playing?
it's probably because 'cause they're sharing a tab, probably
Maybe.
sharing your
Oh,
Logic or
yes.
whatever. It's all
Yeah.
good. You can share it in
Yep.
the
There we
hub,
are.
though. I'd love to see your
Oh,
yeah.
sure. Yeah, I can put some examples in there for that. For sure. It says sharing screen, so should anything that's in the screen should come up. Anyway, but
Should.
never mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah. Um. So yeah. So and with scoring to picture, you've got the you can put obviously bring in movies into Logic, and then it will extrapolate the frames, and then you can using your SMPTE, this area up here in Logic. This is where that's important because where you can put markers in that lock the tempo, and of course everything's not going to be in 120 in C major, right? So C
Yeah.
minor. So to match where the drops are, you have to identify the points that you want to hit accent. And so sometimes the piece you might be playing might have a slower tempo. You might need to speed it up to get to that hit point. So
Mhm.
there's different ways to mark those points that you want to hit, essentially. So that's an important tool to do. But SMPTE lock is really cool for that because once you've committed your region in the arrangement window, you can. I don't know if I can do on here. Let's see. Where are we? Yeah. So you can. There we are. SMPTE lock. Where is it?
And that might be a
Yeah. There we
future
are.
Michael Connor session.
Yeah. So yeah, SMPTE lock position. So you can
Yeah.
lock that audio into that position, and it won't change if the tempo speeds up or slows down. So that's how you use that to kind of get that effect.
All right. Well, I've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Is there any final words you wanna share with everybody?
Um, I think just with strings, just finding the gaps. Um, what are you trying to say as well? And so, like as I mentioned, like with the solo cello, that for me was like a coach's voice, kind of showing his individual struggle, or in terms of going hard, and his what he has to do to motivate the troops. You've got the sounds that are around it. That's like the big army. So yeah, just finding details, finding character, and assigning them to each other. So that's kind of one of the thing I'd find I like doing the most.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Okay. Anytime.
I'm sure Rich probably has more questions for you, but, he can hit you up in the hub too. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, Rich. We'll connect, my friend.
all right, and if you don't mind, meet me back in the
And
restream,
restream.
and then we'll talk business.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right,
When's
sounds
the
good.
next? All right then.
All
Take care,
right,
guys. Thanks so much.
all right. Okay, so that was Michael Connor, teaching us how to make our strings sound real. I really like that crossfade effect. That was really cool. I think you can do that with any plugin. Like you can always map your mod wheel to it. I assume you can do the inverse on any plugin. It doesn't have to be that particular Spitfire plugin that he was using. He's going to provide all of his go-to plugins, right? So the ones that are maybe more expensive, but you just kind of have to have, like Rich was saying, and then those ones that are a little more inexpensive and a good place to start. All right. So until then, we'll see you in the next MCM session, and I'll see you around the hub.